Okay, here we have an iteration problem, and to be fair, these are just a calculator skill. I've got my calculator here to show you how to do it. First of all, with these problems, it's understanding that, in fact, the x to the n bit, which is that bit there, is the first term, and the x to the n plus 1 bit is the term that's created from the first term. The other thing on this is realising that this bit of nastiness here actually means the first term squared, okay? And I'll go through that when I use the calculator. The first thing with the iteration is that when you're writing this down, you can show the examiner that x0 equals 1, which is given here. And then what we've also got, we can show our calculator, because this is a calculator skill. And what we've got to do is we've got to put that value of 1 into the calculator first. So what we do is we do 1 and equals, so the other way around. So if I go to my calculator and press 1 and equals, 1 is now stored in the display. Okay, or stored in the memory. What I'm now going to do is use that 1 and put that into this x to the n. That's my first bit. And basically, to do that, I just draw what is seen here. So if I go to my calculator, I'm going to put a fraction, which I've got. I put a 4 at the top, and then I'm going to go down to the bottom. And where I've got xn, I'm going to put ans, because that is the answer that I just had, which is the value of 1. I'm then going to square it, and I'm hoping that that's squared, which it is, and then I'm going to add 2. Okay, now that has set up this formula here actually nice and easily. And what I then do, if I press equals, that shows me that I've got 4 over 3. Now, if I use my S to D on here, that is 1.3 recurring. So my value of x to the 1 is 1.3 recurring, or 4 over 3. Now, because I've used ands, the next time I press equals, I will get x to the 2, so the value x to the 2. So if I press equals again, that gives me 18 over 17, which if I convert is 1.0588. I can see there's a recurring going on there, but it's actually a very long number. So I'm writing down the first decimal places. I could write down more if I want. Because I've still got that formula in there, if I now put in x to the 3 and press equals, it changes the value again, and that is 1.2816 to 4 decimal places. Okay, now this question says use the iteration formula 3 times to find an estimate for the solution to x cubed plus 2. Well, I've done 1, which I already had. I've then done x1, x2, x3. So my answer is this one here, okay? And as such, the calculator bit here was 4 over ans squared plus 2, okay? If the question said find an estimate for the solution and it didn't say how many times, if I pressed equals lots and lots and lots and lots of times, at some point it usually, you'll see that this is getting to 1.795, and I'm just carrying on pressing it. You can't see my finger pressing it. But as I finally get there, we can see that the solution, an estimate for the solution, is 1.179509025, which sometimes you could be asked for. Iteration, it's a great calculator question.